Good morning, my dear students. So today we are studying our new chapter, chapter number 7, that is the key to happiness whose value is contentment. That is, the new chapter number name is the key to happiness, contentment. Actually, my dear student, what is happiness, or where does the happiness comes from? Or we can say, what is how we are happy. My dear student, after filling our basic need, the basic goal of our life is happiness. Everybody wants to be happy. Nobody wants to be sad in their life. Everyone, you also want to be happy in your life. You don't want to remain sad. So after fulfilling our basic needs of food, water, shelter and clothes, the other second necessity comes of the happiness. Other second necessity comes of the happiness. Everybody want to be happy. So the big part of happiness comes from the word contentment. A big part of the happiness comes from the contentment. Now what is a contentment? Contentment, not that corona one contentment. A contentment means a sufficient word. The meaning of contentment is sufficient, full or enough. The meaning of contentment is sufficient, full or enough. Or this is the worldly meaning of the contentment. The worldly meaning of contentment is sufficient, full or enough. But in this chapter we will see that the meaning of the contentment is be happy in what you have. Means a person must be satisfied in whatever he have or she have. See, in our life, everybody wants to get more and more. Everybody wants to get more and more. And in this urge to get more and more, the person used to remain discontented. That is, he have a desire that he should get more, and due to this desire of getting more and more, the person does not remain happy. The person actually does not remain happy, and he remains always discontented, and due to this there is no happiness in him also and around the people in nearby also. A discontented person or a person who is not happy from within, a person who is not happy within is always unhappy, short-tempered, always jealous of other, and he or she always makes the person nearby him also unhappy. He always have a thinking of comparing his possession means whatever the things he have, he always compare with the persons who have better than him, and in this urge to get more, in this urge to get compare with others, he always remain unhappy from whatever the things he have. So in this chapter it is very nicely explained that a person should have a satisfaction in him. What is actually the meaning here? The person should have a satisfaction in him. Whatever the things you have, you must be satisfied. You never need to get more, and you never think. You should think, but you should not remain unhappy due to the greediness, or we can say the urge for getting more. You should keep happy. You should be happy in whatever you have. You should not demand for more and more. It is good to demand more, but from your hard work, not by seeing others or for comparing others, their possessions, their things. You should not compare yourself. You should have a mind setup that you should score more. Suppose in your exam, if you are giving exams, so when the results come, suppose you get less marks, so you should think that I should get a good marks, but you should not be jealous of someone that he or she got a good marks and you start crying. This generally happens, that when someone get good marks, you generally cry, you should generally feel bad. You should not feel bad about this. You should think that this time I have got less marks, but the next time I will work hard more and I will get the more marks. But in this comparison, you should not feel jealous, or you should not feel unhappy. You should not feel unhappy. Neither you should feel you should become short-tempered. Neither you should be unhappy, or neither you should become jealous. You should only try to get good marks through your hard work, and you should always remain happy. My dear students, happiness comes from the satisfaction. And what is the satisfaction? Satisfaction is a feeling in which we are happy in whatever we are having. Whatever we are having, we should be happy in this. Okay, so in this chapter there is a very small and very beautiful story is given about the two person. One is a father and one is a Taran. The name of the story is who are poor. The name of the story is Who Are Poor. Once upon a time, my dear beta, there used to live a father and a son. There used to live a father and a son. The father was very a nice person. The father was very nice person, and his son, whose name was Tarun, he was a self-centered and selfish child. Self-centered means he always used to think about himself only and never used to be happy, and he always remained discontented. Discontented means again unhappy. He always used to remain unhappy. His demands were endless. Whatever his father used to give him, he has to ask more and more from his father. Suppose if his father gave him a toy car, he used to say, Papa, I want more bigger toy car. Some students, you also have such type of feeling that whatever your mama and papa gives you, you always say, Papa, I don't like this, I want more. But this is not a good thing at all. So same boy was like a Tarun. So one day, after noticing his habits, one day his father decided to make him correct, and one day what he done, his father took him to the countryside. And when he took him to the countryside, he went to a poor family. He went to a house of a poor family, and they spent a one complete day and night in that poor family house. And what they saw, the house was very small. With the broken walls, and that there was a lady with a small stove and with very little grain, and there was a very small boy in that house with torn clothes. And at the evening, what happened? In the evening time for the meal, the woman lit the stove, and they were using the small lamps. They used the small lamp to lit the light of their house, and the woman lit the stove, and she cooked rice, and she cooked chutney from the tamarind and jaggery. And from very little tamarind and chutney, they ate up the full food. And after eating the food, the small boy who was wearing a torn cloth went to play outside and was very happy after eating the food. And after remaining one day with this family, the boy and father was returning back to home. So when the boy and father was returning back to the home, the father asked the son, "Did you enjoy your trip? How was it?" So the son replies, "Papa, it was very good." The father, "It was very good." Yes. What do you feel about this trip? What do you feel about this? So do you think, are we living a much better life? So yes, Tarun said, "Yes, father, we are living a good family life, but I have seen so that we are very much, but we are not wealthier than the poor people." Though the Tarun was very rich, the Tarun belongs to a very rich family, but he was not wealthier than that poor person. They were not wealthier than poor person. The Tarun replied, "Papa, we have a small pool in a garden. We have a very small pool in a garden, but these poor peoples had a very big streams out of their house, which has no end. Father, we have a very small piece of land. We have a very small piece of land to live, and these poor people have whole world. That is vast stretch of land to live. Then we have servant to serve us. But these poor people serve each other." You understand the meaning? In houses of poor family, they used to serve each other. That is, the father used to help the mother, the son and daughter also help their mother and father. So in this way they help each other, and their strong bond is made between the family. And where the place where the servant used to take care of the parents or the children, there is no bond or there is no love among the family. My dear father, then the Tarun asked, "We buy our food, whereas so lastly asked the question that we have 4 walls to protect our house, whereas these poor people have family to protect them. We have imported them to live our house where the poor people in their houses, sun and moon, they provide the light to them. So, my dear, the moral of the story is people who are contentment people or contented people, they always remain happy. So, my dear children, you should learn the value of life and you should learn that a real happiness comes only from the contentment, that is the satisfaction from what we have and not from the urge to get more and more or to be greedy. Whatever you possess, you should be happy in that and you should not demand for more. You should always keep a satisfaction within you. My dear student, this is the first part of this chapter. Second part of the chapter and questions and answer of this chapter I will give you in the next video. Okay.